Depth Charge, alive and well, and welcome back to my main channel. It took me a while to do a follow-up video to my intro one, but here I am, and thank you for being patient. Before we get to the two main topics of this video, allow me to talk about the pictures you will see in the background as you are watching. I have downloaded lots of pictures of the characters of Beast Wars either doing cool things or being captured in a cool pose. And I would like you to comment about these characters, ask who the heck they are, why you like them or don't like them, and any questions you have about the show. Beast Wars is a very important property of Hasbro, and it's only a matter of time before we get a new incarnation of the war between the Maximals and the Predacons on TV or in a movie. So I am doing my part to promote this show and keep the conversation going. All right, topic number one, the social contract. In the context of people interacting with each other in a setting like a classroom, or a place of business, or a public gathering, a social contract is an informal agreement of expectations of behavior and attitudes. There is an organization that provides training to help improve the work environments of schools, professional sports teams, and corporate offices called the Flippen Group. And one of the tools that they promote is the social contract. Social contracts can be verbal and they can also be documented on paper. And the representatives from the Flippen Group recommend using paper to document the social contract between the people involved. The basic structure of a social contract is as follows, and it's very simple. No complete sentences are required, because a social contract is a list of expectations and attitudes. On the screen, you are now seeing a sample social contract that could be used for a place of business, in this case, the fictional energy retailer company. Notice that there are two parts of this contract. The first is proactive and the second is reactive. The hope is that the second list will not be needed, but it is inevitable that it will be. In the words of the Flippen Group, the only thing we can guarantee about the social contract is that it will be violated. No one is perfect, and so any guiding principles or boundaries that we set for ourselves will be contradicted at some point. But all we can do is the best we can do. And when we fall short of our own expectations, we should reevaluate things, fix what is broken, and move forward. So why am I giving so much background on the social contract? Well, I'm glad that you asked, because I have created one for my group of channels, and I want you to be familiar with what it is before I reveal my own. My social contract has two parts to it, just as the sample one from Energy Retailer Company has two parts. This contract also addresses expectations of behavior for both the audience and me. So let's get to it. Here's the social contract for Depth Charge Media, Depth Charge Video Games, and Depth Charge Math on YouTube and BitChute. Part 1 of the social contract, expectations of behavior. Let's go through them one by one. Depth Charge Media will be the only channel where I touch politics on a regular basis. I'm sure that I'll talk politics sometimes on Depth Charge Video Games, but it will be very rare. No profanity. I will never use profanity on any of my channels, and I ask the audience to do the same in the comments section. Be positive, kind, and uplifting. I think that is self-explanatory. Be passionate in your opinions and beliefs. It is very possible to be passionate, maybe even a little sarcastic at times, and also kind and positive, so let's do our best to follow this. No doxing, period, no exceptions. Now, as far as how frequent I am going to upload videos, I'm going to set a new expectation for myself when it comes to posting videos on my channels. In my intro video, the link is in the description, I say that I want to post a new video for each channel once per week, which equals 3 videos per week. I realize now that is unrealistic, since I have a full-time day job. So I need to adjust this timetable, and here it is. For Depth Charge Media, 1 new video every month. For Depth Charge Video Games, 1 new video every month. For Depth Charge Math, at least 1 video each week. For my math channel, I will most likely submit more than 1 video each week. And for the final expectation for my channels, let's have fun. Part 2 of the social contract, adjustments and corrections. It is inevitable that myself or someone in the audience does not live up to the expectations of this social contract. And here's what I recommend we do in response to this. Admit the mistake. We must be open to admitting our mistakes so that we can make changes and improve. Take the necessary action to rectify the mistake or situation. There are many ways to do this since each situation is different. Finally, accept responsibility and move forward. This will most likely involve making changes and reevaluating our prior actions and attitudes. All right, the social contract is done, so it's time to make it official. You are now seeing me sign this contract on my refrigerator where I will see it every day. Now, let me stress something. This is not a legal document. This is an informal agreement. I am not perfect, so I will inevitably violate this social contract. Also, I can't require anyone who views my videos to sign this paper and follow the things described because I can only recommend it. Please consider the things in this contract and do your best to follow these guidelines. I think this contract can be a good thing. It will inspire me to live up to the expectations of being kind, creating videos in a timely manner, and fixing mistakes and problems as they happen. Now, on to topic number 2, a preview to my next video. There are many important issues to be discussed as we get closer to November 3rd, the presidential election here in the United States. And one of the most important issues is masks. Other than who to vote for in November, I believe that public policy in regards to masks is the most important political issue facing my country. And yes, this is a political issue, whether we like it or not. So here's a very quick analysis by me on this issue, as well as some background and context about me when it comes to me talking politics. I can get fired up when it comes to politics. Also, I can be very sarcastic, passionate, and my dry wit tends to come out when I talk about things like political candidates, the ridiculous things that they say, and the outrageous behavior of the members of the media. We can be sarcastic and passionate and also be kind and uplifting at the same time. I will not be providing this disclaimer much in the future, but I wanted to give some final context and background on myself before I talk about my opinions in regards to masks and other political issues in the future. All right, here we go. Masks. In my view, the mandate to wear masks by our states or the actions of our governors is outrageous and utterly ridiculous. Both Republican and Democrat governors have issued orders requiring masks in public, and they themselves have not been able to follow their own orders, which does not surprise me one bit. Former Vice President Joe Biden was just nominated to be the presidential candidate for the Democratic Party, and he has tweeted out that there needs to be a nationwide mask mandate. This is the most ridiculous meddling into the behavior of the people of my home country that I have ever seen in my entire life, and that is not an exaggeration. Wearing a mask is inconvenient, restricts breathing, and has cultural side effects that we are seeing right now. There should be no mandate to wear masks by a government body. There has been no federal order to wear a mask, fortunately, but there have been mandates put forth by states and cities. We need to fix this very quickly and get back to a simpler time where we could go to the park, sporting events, movies, etc., without wearing a thin piece of material over our mouths and noses. I do not want anyone to get sick from COVID-19, and I'm not saying precautions shouldn't be taken. What I'm saying is that these precautions shouldn't be taken in the manner that they are currently. I'll leave it at that for now. That was my quick take on masks. And for the next video, I will focus exclusively on this subject, so stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and share. And also consider writing me a comment, telling me what you think of all of this, especially if you disagree. Also, don't hesitate to ask questions of me in regards to Beast Wars, the greatest TV show of all time. Stay safe out there, take care of each other, and be kind during these uncertain times.